Joshua Smith here, and welcome to the GSD Mode podcast. Now get shit done and smash that subscribe button now. What is up, my peeps? Joshua Smith here at GSD Mode Studios with another weekly real estate tip video. And today I'm here to talk to you about the number one most important thing that comes to lead generation success. The number one most important thing to allow you to go out there and crush it with lead generation inside your business, which, as we all know, this is absolutely crucial to going out there and growing our real estate business. Now, real quick, before we jump in today's topic, if you are a real estate agent, team leader, brokerage owner, and you are looking to grow, scale, and expand your real estate business, and you'd like to be coached and mentored by me personally for the next 12 months of your life, make sure to check out masterybootcamp.com. This is my 12-month-long personal mentorship coaching program where you can be coached by me, learn all the systems, everything that I do inside my business and have done to become one of the top real estate agents and team leaders throughout the country and on the planet. So at masterybootcamp.com, you can learn more about what the program's about, see testimonials from so many. We've had thousands and thousands of real estate agents, team leaders, and broker owners that have been through this program over the years, and you can see how it's impacted them and helped them grow their business. You can also book a 100% pressure-free discovery call to get all your questions answered, to make sure it's a fit for you, and so forth. So again, masterybootcamp.com. Lastly, if you are looking for hands down the most effective and affordable website CRM system in the industry. Now, this is the system that I personally have, that I personally utilize inside my real estate business that allows us to go out there and do all the business that we do. Check out perfectstormnow.com. Again, perfectstormnow.com. All right, you guys, we are here to talk about the number one most important thing about lead generation success. So I'm going to break this down with you guys because the most important thing, the number one most important thing is to pick the right lead generation plays, right? The right methods. Now, when I say that, that doesn't mean to just go out there and copy what some top producer is doing. Just because they're doing a lead generation source doesn't necessarily mean it's right for you. And let me explain. You guys, if you've been a fan of and if you've been watching the GSD Mode podcast, you've seen that I've interviewed hundreds, if not, I don't know exactly what we're up to. Maybe it's over 1,000 at this point, top producers through all out North America, through all the planet. I've done mastermind summits where we've interviewed the top 30 agents in North America on their lead generation sources, plus just becoming great friends and masterminding at a very high, deep level with the best of the best in this industry. I can tell you this, right? There is no best lead generation source. If you lined up the 100 top agents in the United States or in whatever country that you're in, if you line up the top 100 people in your space in that game, dude, they're all going to have different lead generation tactics, lead generation strategies that they utilize. Of course, there's going to be some that have the same, but what I mean by this is it's proven that everything works and nothing doesn't. So why does one agent maybe crush it with for sale by owners, one with expireds, one with open houses, one with online marketing, one maybe with video, and so forth, right? Again, understand that everything works and nothing doesn't. So the cool thing about that is if you're having a lead generation strategy that you're implementing and you're not getting results with it, it doesn't mean that lead generation strategy or that lead generation method doesn't work. It means that your approach is broken, right? So let me go a little bit deeper into this though. Here's what's really important. Number one, you need to understand yourself. You guys do a deep dive, do some deep reflections. I love things, these personality tests, right? Understanding what your disc profile is. I also love wealth dynamics, which is one of my favorite profile tests out there. Clifton Strength Finders is another really powerful test out there, but you got to get to know yourself at a deep level, right? Because we want to identify the methods and you want to build your business around how you're wired. I'll give you an example. If you are familiar with the disc, right? I'm a 10 on the eye. So that means I'm very introverted. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm shy. It doesn't mean that I can't go in there and hold conversations. The biggest difference between introverts and extroverts is how we gain our energy. So with me being an introvert, I need a lot of time alone. I need solitude time. This is one of the reasons why I get up so early and have several hours to myself in the morning through my morning routine before, my wife gets up and we work out together, and then my kids get up, then I got to go in the office for all my meetings and so forth. I need time alone to recharge my batteries, right? So when I understand that about myself, I'm going to think about that and carry that over to lead generation sources as well. As an example, that's why I've never built my personal business through networking events in my real estate business. It's not that I can't be effective with networking, right? But I know that when I'm around too many people for too long, it drains my energy. And then it's too taxing on me. Now, if that was the only lead generation method, if networking was the only lead generation method to go out there and crush it and kick ass at and have success with, then I would have forced myself to do it and just been like, suck it up, buttercup, like get it fucking done and let's go out there and rock and roll with this. But here's the great thing is there's 1,000 different ways to go out there and create success. There's not just one way. There's not just one path. There's thousands and thousands of different ways. So I was able to then identify methods that wouldn't drain my energy, right? Because if we look at energy management is really the new time management. Not that time management is important, but I'm going to pay much more attention to energy management, because if I can learn how to manage my energy throughout the day, boom, it's game over for me, right? So I spend so much time on understanding my energy and identifying strategies that allow me to go out there and play to my strengths, right? That also feed me energy, not drain my energy. As an example, I've built a lot of my business through effective online lead generation methods. So I'm not having to be face-to-face, dude. These are online funnels, and it doesn't mean that I'm not having to work the phones and so forth with a follow-up. That's a huge component of all of our businesses. Appointments get set on the phones. It's the vast majority of the time, right? However, I'm able to have I shouldn't say endless, but I'm able to funnel leads each and every single day into my business without me having to do anything. That stuff is automated. Then I can spend, a couple hours in the morning, maybe another hour in the afternoon, following up with those leads and the privacy of my own office, right? So the phone calls don't drain me, right? It's just being around people, especially small talk and so forth, that drains me, right? Another source that, which might sound kind of weird after everything I just said with being an introvert, but I'll tell you why it works for me, is open houses, right? Now, if I break down open houses, okay, cool. Look, I get to go out and have about an hour of alone time during the setup. Setting up the signs, making sure that the full setup is perfect, that the preparation is perfect, that the house looks perfect. I understand that the storefront and how that's presented and how I'm presented there, is the first impression of a job interview. So I'm able to spend about an hour to 90 minutes getting everything prepped where I'm alone, right? So I'm recharging my batteries. Then maybe I have a 4-hour window of an open house. And during that open house, these are short conversations, 15, 20-minute conversations where I'm doing the tour, having the conversation, right? So I'm having to spend 4 hours with one individual. So I'm able to roll through that for about 4 hours. And by the end of about four hours, man, my energy's drained again. But then guess what? The open house is over. Now I got to take down the open house, right? That takes about an hour to take down the open house. Then I'm going to spend time video texting everybody, go back to the office by myself, input everybody into my database, right? And have another hour or so, maybe 2 hours total between all said and done there before I got to go out and more appointments. So I'm able to regain my energy there. Right? So again, know yourself, what you enjoy doing, what brings you energy, and that's one area of helping you identify the strategies that you're going to go after, right? The second element to this is to identify what excites you, and when I say this, man, it's not that, look, open houses, like there's a lot of things I'd rather be snowboarding, rather be paddleboarding. There's a lot of other things I could think of that I'd rather do than maybe just an open house. However, out of all the different things that are out there, right, I enjoy that more so than other things, right? So it attracts me towards it. The way that it's done, I like to have inbound. I like building a business where people come to me. Right? Conversations are great. I get to pick and choose the area, the price point I want to work. I get to pick and choose all of that, right? Based on where I decide to do my open houses and so forth. That's how I like to do business. I don't like to chase. I don't like to beg. I like people coming to me. right? So it's something that excites me. And the reason that this is important, same thing with online lead generation, it excites me. Why is this so important? Right? In order to have success with lead generation, you've got to be extremely consistent. Consistency is the only magic pill that exists, right? So for me to do something consistent, I'm talking about each and every day or each and every week for years and years and years at a time. Right? So we know that you can't just go, oh, I'm going to give this a shot for the next 60 days, 90 days and hope and pray that it works and then try something else. And dude, you're going to be popping all over the place and you're never going to create success that way. You got to commit to the long haul, right? So I want to identify something that excites me and that also brings me the energy that we talked about a moment ago. That way it will allow me to consistently do this thing over and over and over and over and over for years to come or for an entire career. If I look at open houses, that's something that I've been doing for 15 years now inside my real estate business outside of the it feels like a blip now of COVID-19, the quarantine, right? Now, I know as we were all going through this quarantine, man, it felt like the longest, 8 weeks or whatever of our lives. But I was just having a conversation with my wife the other day. We're going out to eat, stay-at-home order's been lifted, we're out to eat. And I'm like, man, it feels like a blink of an eye. We were just at this restaurant, man. Like, now that all said, that's all done and over with, man, it felt like it went by like that, right? So outside of that little tiny blip, open houses, and now we picked them back up at a massive level, have been the main consistent driver of business for me my whole entire career, right? And I'm not saying to do open houses. I'm not saying to go out there and do online leads like I do. I'm just saying that I identified something that I'm passionate about that excites me, right? So I can do it consistently over and over and over without getting burnt out on it, right? The other thing with this of having something that attracts you, that excites you to towards it, where it's pulling you toward it, right? It isn't forced action. Like for me, cold calling, dude, I hate this. This gives me anxiety thinking about cold calling, right? It's not that I've done it. Just like a lot of people, when we jump into this business, we're told to cold call FSBOs, cold call expires. I did that too, created some success out of it. Every second of the freaking day, though, I hated it. I dreaded it, right? So that's forced action, right? So for me, I had to identify, okay, where can I take inspired action versus forced action in my business? Because here's the thing, you guys, if you identify something that you enjoy, something that is like, oh, this is how I really want to do business. I love that style. Again, it excites you, it pulls you, it's attracting you, it inspires you. You're passionate about it, right? Again, as I mentioned, you're going to be consistent with it, but then also you are going to invest the time at mastering that thing, right? Success, you guys, is not doing thousands of different things, once. It's doing a couple things, 2 or 3 things, thousands of times that allows you to become a true master at that. So you can dominate in your business with that method. So I'm not going out there and trying to do a ton of different things. I'm not one of these real estate agents, and I hear about this when I have agents on my podcast here from time to time. Oh, I have 24 lead generation sources or whatever. I'm like, look, dude, I'm not trying to be a jack of all trades, a master of none, right? I want to master a couple different things, 2 to 3 different things. So I'm going to identify 2 or 3 lead generation methods that I enjoy, that give me energy, that align with how I want to grow my business, or align with how I enjoy doing business, right? So when it comes to cold calls, like I hate being cold called. I hate when people disrupt me, or if they call me if I'm with my family or whatever. I mean, I'm at the point now where I don't answer my phone, but I used to be at a point where I had to answer my phone, right? And I'd get those messages. I'm like, why the fuck are you calling me, dude? I'm with my family. I didn't ask you to call me. You're interrupting my day, my time. I don't enjoy being sold that way. So I don't want to, it's part of the reasons why I hated doing it. I was doing a tactic that I didn't like being done to me. Right? I like doing business in ways where people come to me. They're giving me their information. They're raising their hand that, yes, I have an interest over here, which is what, like, I feel the best about doing business in that way. And again, I'm not trying to sell you on the methods that I utilize. I hope that you're understanding this point. It's about understanding yourself, how you enjoy to be treated as a consumer, right? Identifying things that align with how you gain energy. Identifying things that align with your strengths, identifying methods that align with your passions, so then you can go out there and master it. Because look, if you whatever that you are going to do in your area, maybe you're like, dude, I enjoy. So one of my good friends, Trevor Jones, just to give you guys an example, he is the best dude that I know at video. So he was a Hollywood film editor for 20 years, worked in Hollywood, worked on a lot of the biggest motion pictures out there, like the Avenger movies and Cars, and all these huge movies. Well, he decided to leave that career after 20 years and jump into real estate with his wife, Leila Jones. And they, became business partners and started to grow. She was already a successful real estate agent. They decided, for him to jump on and let's create our team and take this to the next level. Well, the dude loves video, right? So he went out there and started taking his skill set of something that he loves, and creating these world-class videos, and growing their business massively through YouTube, right? And it, again, it takes some time. Just like anything, it takes that consistency of action. The right consistent actions over time creates massive success. And within about a year or so of them doing that, boom, now they're tripling their business like year over year, like just massively growing their real estate business, right? So they're in the things that he does weren't things that were common in this business before he jumped into there. You didn't see a lot of real estate agents when he first jumped into the game a couple years ago, growing massive businesses off of YouTube. And we're not talking paid ads. We're just talking off of building organic leads and views and a reputation and a brand through YouTube for their local area. Right? One of the first that I've seen do this at a very high level in the real estate business. So it becomes really important, man, because when you need to become like he's the best at his game, he's mastered and continues to blow up their business. So when I commit to, okay, hey man, I'm going to start doing Facebook ads. I'm going to start doing open houses. Well, dude, because I enjoy those things, I will spend like on a Saturday evening, dude, I will spend hours watching YouTube videos, training courses, buying courses, right, on how to improve those, right? I mean, I'll spend sometimes my weekends just driving around visiting other agents' open houses, seeing what they're doing right, seeing what they're doing wrong, right? Because I'm passionate about it. It makes me a student of those methods. So then I'm always sharpening my skill sets to improve those, right? So again, this isn't about selling you on my lead generation methods. Hopefully you're getting this point of, again, identifying what brings you energy, what aligns with your strengths, what you're passionate about. So then that way you can be consistent and invest the time with mastering that and becoming the best person in your space. Like, you should become such a badass at this that I'm begging you to come on my podcast to interview you, to share your amazing strategy and the results that you're getting with the rest of the planet out there, right? You should be asked to be speaking on stages because you've just dominated that niche. And it's not hard, you guys. Here's the cool thing about this is, especially in real estate, we live amongst the massive amounts of mediocrity, meaning the average real estate agent doesn't develop the time, focus, energy into doing any of this shit. It's like fishing with dynamite once you align these things together. And it won't take long for you to create success. It might take 6 to 12 months, right? Just like any new lead generation source. But when you apply this level of energy and passion and becoming a student of it, dude, you will become untouchable in your area. You can give everybody your tactics away. You can give everybody your playbook. They'll still won't be able to touch you. Why? Because they can't touch your energy. They can't touch your passion. They can't touch your drive. They can't touch your hustle in regards to those sources, right? It becomes massive. And guess what, right? When other people, they can sense that energy, man, right? When they're walking through an open house and you're full of excitement, full of energy, they're coming in, dude, they are going to be attracted by your energy and be attracted to work with you because they can tell that you're passionate about what you do, right? That energy is unmatched, man, and it becomes so ungodly powerful. So again, you guys, this is my number one most important tip. I know there was a couple things in there, but if there's one thing that you could do to go out there and blow up the lead generation game for the rest of your career, the rest of your life, and dominate everybody in your space when it comes to lead generation, it's taking the time to go through what we just discussed here in this episode. So I hope that you found this helpful, right? Information without implementation, though, is just the start of delusion. Don't just take this information and think, oh, this is good stuff, right? You've got to execute on the information that you are learning for it to become power in your world so you can go out there and create the life that you know you want and deserve. So make sure to take some time, reflect on this, take notes, right? Start applying this to your life. Otherwise, you just wasted this 20 minutes of your life by watching this if you're not going to go out there and execute and take action on it. So anyway, take action, keep executing, keep kicking ass. Thank you for your support. Much love to you all. Talk to you soon. Peace. I hope you enjoyed this GSD Mode podcast episode. Now make sure you get shit done and smash that subscribe button now.